Today I'm going to show you a very simple yet delicate summerly crochet stitch. You need a number of stitches divisible by 10. I'm casting on a chain of 30 plus 1 as I'm going to work a base of 2 rows of single crochets. Row 1 starts with 5 turning chains, then skip 5 and 1 double crochet, chain 4 and 1 double crochet into the same stitch, chain 2, skip 4 and 1 double crochet, chain 2, skip 4 and 1 double crochet, chain 4 and 1 double crochet into the same stitch, chain 2, skip 4 and 1 double crochet, chain 2, skip 4 and 1 double crochet, chain 4 plus 1 double crochet into the same stitch, chain 2, and the row ends with 1 double crochet into the very last stitch. So that's the picture to now. Nothing much to see yet. And row 2 starts with 1 turning crochet and 2 single crochets into that small chain, 5 single crochets into the bigger chain, 2 single crochets into the small chain before the double crochet, 2 single crochets into the small chain after the double crochet, and again 5 single crochets into the bigger chain, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 single crochets into the short chain, 2 single crochets into the next short chain, and again 5 single crochets into the bigger chain, and 2 single crochets into the last smaller chain. Here we go. Row 3 starts with 3 turning chains, and into those 5 single crochets you work 5 times a double puff stitch and chain 1, puff stitch with 2 yarn overs and chain 1 into every one of the 5 single crochets, 1 puff stitch with 2 yarn overs, chain 1, and the 5th one, and chain 1. And now 1 single crochet on top of the single crochet of the second row before, chain 1, and again 5 puff stitches plus chain 1 each into each of the 5 single crochets of the previous row. 1, 2, 'Don't forget the chain 1 after each puff stitch. 4, 5. Chain 1 and 1 double crochet onto the double crochet of the previous rows. Chain 1 and again 5 puff stitches plus chain 1 into every single crochet of the previous row. 2, 3, 4, 5. Chain 1 and 1 double crochet into the last stitch. This was row 3. Row 4, very simple, 1 turning chain, 1 single crochet, 1 chain 1, 1 single crochet and chain 1 between all the puff stitches, 1 single crochet plus chain 1 in between the puff stitches, and also 1 single crochet plus chain 1 before the double crochet of the previous row, and 1 single crochet plus chain 1 after the double crochet, and again 1 single crochet plus chain 1 in between all the puff stitches. And so on. You may as well replace the puff stitches with clustered double crochets. Clustering always 2 double crochets. I'll show you the difference at the end. And you end the row with 1 single crochet into the last stitch. Now row 5 starts again with 5 turning chains, and now into the middle of this, let's call it a shell. You don't have to count, just put it into the middle, 1 double crochet, chain 4 and 1 double crochet into the same stitch, chain 2 and 1 double crochet onto the double crochet of the previous rows, of the second previous row, chain 2 and again into the middle of the shell, 1 double crochet, chain 4 and 1 double crochet, chain 2 and 1 double crochet onto the double crochet of the second previous row, chain 2 and 1 more double crochet plus chain 4 and double crochet into the middle of the last shell. Now chain 2 and work 1 double crochet into the last stitch. Now row 6 equals row 2 and row 7 equals row 3, and you always repeat rows 4 to 7. So, and in the second part of the pattern I used clustered double crochets, so here you see the difference. It's easy, it's consisting of it spans only 4 rows. It's a nice pattern for summer. Enjoy!